Happy vibes. Who do we get them from? Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Yep, her and Prince Harry have landed a new podcast deal after parting ways with Spotify. And that is amazing because Spotify lost so much money on them. And you remember one of the executives came out and said they quite literally have no talent. But worse than that, they don't want to work.
What?
Never, ever in the history of the world has there been a couple that has grifted as hard and as successfully as they have, right? You just grifted off of your family, haven't really done anything since. You keep getting awards. You keep getting these deals. I don't understand it. And the brand that they keep going into is this idea that Meghan is a feminist. She's a true feminist, and that's why she's being awarded by Gloria Steinem. She's just a brave woman.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, I don't understand why her podcast, her original one, didn't take off. I've listened to it. I definitely would want to listen to this every single day of my life if there were more episodes. Let's just take it back to her old podcast that was on Spotify called Archetypes.
Okay.
When I was 14, I planned my wedding. Not my actual wedding. That would have been a bit harder to imagine. This wedding was an assignment for my Religion 2 class in Catholic school. At no point could you say, nope, my dream for the future is to be single.
What do you mean by that?
The message, even at my feminist all-girls school, was as traditional as it gets. First comes love, then comes marriage.
That doesn't make sense.
It was stunning. Brave. I don't know what that podcast executive was talking about. She's amazing. I love her. Which is why it makes perfect sense that another company has approached her. She has landed a new deal. This is obviously less than a year after Spotify said, no, we're good. You are losing us money. Well, Spotify, that's kind of your fault.
What the hell?
Because it's pretty obvious that these two are only good at selling their family throwing their family under the bus. And Meghan has released a statement about this new partnership. It is with Lemonada, and they're going to stream Archetypes.
Nice.
Yeah. They're going to handle all of the ad sales and the distribution. And remember, she had tons of people on to talk about this feminism. She had Mariah Carey, Mindy Kaling, and now they're going to take this on. Meghan released this statement. I am proud to now be able to share that I am joining the brilliant team at Lemonada to continue my love of podcasting.
Okay.
Being able to support a female-founded company with a roster of thought-provoking and highly entertaining podcasts is a fantastic way to kick off 2024. Our plan to re-release Archetypes so that more people can now have access to it, as well as launching a dynamic new podcast, are well in the works. I'm so eager to be able to share it soon, and I'm overjoyed to be joining the Lemonada family. Yes, she's not even going to do any work in the beginning. They're just going to re-release what she already did, and then I'm sure she's eager to do more, but the financial terms of the deal were obviously not disclosed. Lemonada probably just wants to get their name on the map. They're taking a chance, and I'm going to guess it's not going to pan out that well.
What?
Because people want to listen to something that sounds real. They don't want to be lectured about feminism. They don't want to be lectured about what they're doing wrong. They don't want to be told the patriarchy is all around them. And, oh, yes, remember when you were in high school and people were like, get married? Yeah, I do remember. It's an aspirational goal. Yes, getting married and starting a family is aspirational. Stop trying to convince us to do the opposite when you did exactly that. You got married, found yourself a prince, and pimped your way into Hollywood, which is where you always wanted to be. But let me stop. We'll cover this, obviously, extensively when her new podcast, that she's probably not going to do, it hits the market. So I'm really proud of Americans. It seems like a lot of us are waking up to the understanding that our mainstream media is just possessed with propaganda. They're just state media. That's the way to think of it. This is the CIA elects them into these positions of power behind the scenes, and their job is to condition the way that we as Americans think.
Here we go again.
And this clip, by the way, which is making the rounds, I have to show you what I'm speaking about. It is just so gross in terms of the adoration, the fawning over Zelensky, when quite literally they were just trying to convince us to be totally chill with getting to work and sending more and more billions, trying to make you think he was a hero fighting for democracy. Yeah, this is CNN's Erin Burnett. She has an opportunity to sit down with Zelensky and ask him questions. And here's what she was concerned with.
Okay, I'm listening. You have my attention.
Listen.
As a human being, so many people look up to you. They rely on you.
Fact.
No one can imagine how hard that is. Do you do anything for yourself? Are you ever able to take a minute to read or to listen to music or something to sort of give yourself that a moment?
I have such moments, important, to be in silence, to be alone. Alone, how can I be alone? Alone, I can be with music.
What music do you like?
Oh, I like AC/DC and Ukrainian music. Yeah. Of course, I like Ukrainian music a lot because Ukrainian, that's native language. That's why you understand not only music, you understand the words and etc. AC/DC, I don't understand all the words because of...
But you like the music.
It's just incredible. It's like she's quite literally trying to date him.
She said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
So many people rely on you. Like, what kind of music do you listen to? And how do you find time for you? Could you imagine if when Tucker was interviewing Putin, he asked any of those questions? Like, so many people rely on you, Mr. Putin. What kind of music do you listen to? It's just such a joke, and it's so obvious. And to be clear, that interview was from last year, July 2023. But I'm showing it to you now because it seems that since then, there has been this mass awakening. There's a lot of corruption happening in Ukraine, and those of us who have had the courage to talk about it and expose it, and people say, why is it relevant? Because we're sending you money. I'm already aware that Putin is corrupt. We're not sending him billions of dollars, all right? There is, as I believe it in the way that I see it, a mass execution of Christians that are happening in Ukraine. Christians should be upset about this. We should be asking questions. It seems like they're just clearing out the region under the guise of fighting an unwinnable war with Russia. There is something that I have said is giving me Bolshevik vibes. Go back and watch our episode talking about what the Bolshevik Revolution was.
That was easy.
There's something about Zelensky that is not sitting right with me because we control him. And it seems to me that there is an ethnic cleansing that has taken place. But lo and behold, you guys, a network that claims to be independent, which obviously it's not independent. If you're allowed to be in Ukraine and be reporting any types of news, it's because you are operated by the state.
Okay.
They're shutting down churches. Zelensky has put his opponents in house arrest, right? Saying, you're not even going to compete with me. He's suspended.
Coming to the family, trying to accommodate the wishes and, what they believe is the right thing to do. It just seemed like she was so entitled to do what she wants to do. And it wasn't about trying to come in with an easy transition into a new family.
Okay.
And to make things a little bit more, cohesive and, hums and this is all good. We're doing this. Yes, of course, I'll get rid of the veil. Why not? She wanted to rebel. And I think that whole thing with, I won't get into all of that, but there was a lot of things, okay, that were a performance for this couple at this wedding.
Do you believe that she was subjected to any racism?
Absolutely not. Because why would she even be allowed to marry Harry if they were racist? If they were racist, do you think you would have even married this man? There is absolutely no doubt in my mind this woman has made that up.
Are you sure about that?
Because I always think that, if you are someone that has really experienced racism, you're not going to look at what she said is racist and think that's racist. Okay? Because Black people really do wonder about the things that they said happened around the color of the baby's skin. That is not racism. She wanted conflict, I believe, so that she could have her reasons for wanting to leave.
Here we go again.
And now she's in California, picking up where she left off when she met Harry and came to England. It's just a continuation now with her handbag, her Harry handbag now.
What do you mean by that?
He's the accessory to her new life in California.
So she got exactly what she wanted.
Absolutely.
Because absolutely. My theory is that she realized quite early on, and I say theory, by the way, but remember this was backed up by so much reporting. It's I broke so many stories about them. I have a very good idea of what went on.
Okay.
But my theory is she had decided very early on that actually life in the royal family wasn't glamorous enough for her. She hated the size of the cottage at Kensington Palace. She hated the fact that she had to go out and do engagements up and down the country here in the UK, and she wasn't paid for them. She just couldn't believe that.
What?
So quite quickly she realised, oh my goodness, I've got to find a way out.
Yes.
What's the narrative that can get me out? And remember, there were some really critical moments, weren't there, where it was easy for her to blame something on racism, because I never saw any racism. They bent over backwards for this woman, P. Dina.
So that was a f***ing lie.
I mean, right to the point where they said, yeah, if you want to keep going and be an actor, you can go and be an actor. They didn't even try and stop that.
Yeah, she had the choice. A lot of things that Catherine didn't even get to do, Meghan was allowed to do. And so for all the people that say that, oh, yeah, they were racist, they're not seeing these little things that add up to how Meghan was treated so much. Was given so much more, I think, grace and acceptance to kind
leeway.
of rules a little bit, so that, you know, she could ease into this. And Harry tried to warn her. He said during the interview, you know, I tried to warn you about everything. And if she really wanted to stay, she would have toughed it out. She would have said, okay, these are some setbacks, some things I don't quite like, but, you know, this is why I'm here. I knew in advance what this was going to be. And the racism was a way for her to get out and to leave and to blame everyone, because this is a woman that has never really experienced racism. She looks like a white woman, excuse me. But she saw
she described herself as Caucasian when she was going for acting jobs in Hollywood.
She never thought of herself as a black woman. She even said people never really treated her like a black woman, the words of Meghan Markle. So how can you, and even to leave after just that, I mean, isn't that the reason why they left? Oh, they weren't supporting us. We left because of the negative headlines.
Okay.
I mean, those are so lame. I'm sorry. That's lame. Really? You're going to give up a life of royalty for that reason? That right there tells me you're faking, you're frauds, you're just perpetrating. This is nonsense. And people need to really, truly look at it to understand that they're running a game. And now this whole new sham of them starting another royal tour, going to Colombia now, I think, oh my goodness. It just never ends, like you said. It just never ends.
Shut up, bro.
First, you know, I've only promised to talk to you about products on this show that are actually life-changing. This one is a little bit more personal, lots of fun, and the fellas watching are going to completely get it. And I always say, if you're a girlfriend or a wife watching, this is the best present for your husband or boyfriend, because I can assure you, men want our grooming routine to be easy, right? One and done. But the days of using the same trimmer for your face and your bits below are now over, thanks to the brilliant people at Manscaped. They've come up with the ultimate package to keep your hairs trimmed from 12 to 6. Introducing the Beard and Balls bundle featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 and the Beard Hedger. And no, it's not that type of lawnmower, folks. But actually, it's a way to get precision trimming for all areas, even the sensitive ones.
Nice.
And get him as manicured as freshly cut grass. So this trimmer gets it right the first time. It's gentle on the skin and all the delicate places with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blades heads. You can choose between a precise trim or a smooth finish. And it's waterproof, so you can use it in the shower, which is so helpful. And next, the Beard Hedger. And whether you're going for a neat stubble look or a full-on lumberjack sort of beard, the trimmer has you covered because it features